Hey, this video we're talking about healing generational karma and trauma because this is so important. And if you don't know me, I have been on a deep healing journey for the past decade, identifying and clearing my wounds that have been holding me back from childhood, different lifetimes, and I have been on a journey to really heal myself. So over the course of time, I have figured out what has worked for me and have really come into a place of self-love, even though I'm not perfect. People who know me know that I'm actually goofy as fuck. I don't have my shit together. I'm inherently disorganized, but I do the best I can. I show up. I created a private practice teaching people how to heal themselves, and I've worked with over 3,500 people to identify and heal things like childhood traumas, repetitive cycles, patterns, wounds, things that are keeping them stuck in the same cycles that are holding them back from being the best and highest version of themselves. So I do offer coaching programs for that. If you're curious at any point about those, you can reach out for a free consultation call. And I also have a free offer right now that teaches you how to identify and heal core wounds and takes you through a subconscious practice that I typically charge a good amount of money for, but it's a really good way for you to just go in and see and feel my vibration and get a deeper sense of this work, especially if you're someone who cares about doing shadow work and inner healing and you want to expedite that process, and maybe you just can't get over certain blocks and wounds that you're dealing with. You need help, you need tools, you need just the things that help you get there. Boom, no BS. That's what my work is. I just want to give you the tools so that you can be really set up for the rest of your life, because what I'm teaching you, I've done for me, and I've been able to manifest a life of a soft girl life and, be able to go to the gym when I want, sleep in as much as I want to. I get to work on music, and I'm writing a second poetry book. So this work is really my life. So anyway, I want to just share that, take what you will from that. And I'm happy you're here. And I want to help you understand generational traumas, because some of the things that you're dealing with in your life right now that keep showing up in your life that are hard to get rid of really come back to generational trauma and generational curses that have been instilled in your family line. Very deep concepts here. There's many ways for you to be able to remove these curses, and you can probably find some other people talking about it, but I really just want to give you the most practical things, and then also I'll give you a tool that you can do with yourself. But understand that throughout, depending on your lineage, first of all, depending on your lineage, you are going to have varying levels of density that has been carried across the bloodline. These could be things like wars or abuse cycles or whatever. There could be a lot of different things that have just been carried through the generations of your body, chronic pain, certain illnesses, things like that. And because these wounds carry in the cells of your body, right? According to Native American tradition, we are made up of 7 generations back of our ancestry. So if your family, which all of our family, really, unless if you're the 2% that had a super healthy family and everyone did their trauma healing already, we are inheriting those belief systems, those wounds from our family. So the things that are blocking your manifestations right now, when you're like, why do I keep manifesting this relationship? Or why do I keep having this certain financial issue or whatever it is for you? Those are not just your problems. They are inherited. And because, yeah, your mother's womb holds the keys of so much stored memory and trauma and repression and rage and all different stuff in womb healing work, which I'm also really big about that. I have videos about healing your womb if you're someone who wants to heal generational trauma and you're a woman. Really recommend diving into womb healing. There's no deeper shadow work, in my opinion, than doing womb healing for your own empowerment and your own self-love journey. But understanding, first of all, hey, look, these patterns are not you. They were inherited. Already starts kind of taking your power back, because you can feel when things feel super dense and deep. You can feel that. And when you can feel that, that's when you know that requires deeper clearing work, and this is more than just me. And so if this is more than just me, I can really start dissecting that, figuring out what that is, and taking the power back to myself. I just created a video a little bit earlier today talking about, clearing this deeper why. Why do these patterns keep showing up for you? If you keep manifesting the same types of things that you want to get out of that are keeping you stuck, whatever that is, how to get into the deeper why. And that's also what my free masterclass teaches you. It's the same concepts here, because if you, again, have not had someone in your lineage do this clearing work, it's gonna be on you to do it, even if you're clearing stuff from your ancestry. Right? I have a lot of clients that I work with who we are literally going into subconscious healing practices, and we are healing and working with their grandmother or their grandfather or their great-grandmother, great-grandfather, and liberating them, which then liberates you. Right? When you heal your bloodline, when you heal patterns in your bloodline, you are healing yourself. So you're healing yourself, you're healing your grandma, you're healing your grandpa, you're healing your great-grandma, you're healing your great-grandpa. All of that can come within your own subconscious healing practice because you inherited those belief systems. So I want you to notice what, if you can name, all right, let's just get to the straight up sauce. If you can name exactly what these things are, like for example, self-doubt, or self-criticism, or self-sabotaging patterns, or keep attracting abusive narcissists, whatever, what is it for you? Is it a financial issue? Is it a relationship issue? I need you to name what it is. Again, I teach you how to do this in my free masterclass, but you have to name what it is. Once you name what it is, then you're able to start retracing back to the deeper why, the deeper why. So maybe, and I also want to say this, your ego holds on to the deeper why. Your traumas are connected to the ego. That's why your belief systems are telling you, oh, maybe I'm just not worthy of having that money. Maybe I'm just not worthy of being seen. Maybe I'm just not worthy of being loved. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'll never get that. That really can feel like you in your mind. And the reason why is because it's been so embedded in you by these generational curses and generational karma that it feels like it's you. And so you have to break out of that personality type. You have to break out of that archetype and within you and free that and open the key to your soul to come through, because your soul is this divine love. Your soul is this divine peace. Your soul is this divine power. And so, yeah, you get what I'm saying? So you have to challenge your ego is what I'm saying. You cannot allow your ego to convince you that you are stuck. You have to see the deeper why. Why do I feel like I'm stuck? Why do I keep being triggered? What is being triggered? Am I angry? Am I sad? Am I confused? Am I feeling lost? What is it for you? Do not allow your ego to convince you that you can't have more, that you can't be more. That is inherited. And it can be really helpful for you to ask, where is this inherited from? Does this sound like it's my mother line? Does it sound like it's my father line? When you let that go, and I'm going to give you a tool to let that go after I share this. When you let that go, you free up your energy into a higher state of being. When you let that go, you break the cycle for your lineage, and you also open up to, your destiny happening, because sometimes you have soul contracts. I have had soul contracts. I have also had a lot of challenging, sketchy past lives that I've had to face within my own healing practice with myself. I mean, I'm doing healing work every day, you guys. Like, I'm very, very dedicated to the inner work. And I have done a lot of things in past lives that have not been good that I can consciously remember in this life. And so, but I'm breaking the cycle. I signed up to do this healing work, to clear these cycles, to empower myself into my healing so that I could facilitate this healing work for others, deeply understand others, and also create a life of abundance that I'm meant to have. As I clear, I become more. Same thing for you. When you clear these patterns, you're only going to become more. You're only going to be free. So your soul might have said, I want to go through the initiation and the fire of healing generational wounds. I want to heal past life wounds. I want to heal childhood wounds. Things like that. And if that's you, then this work is for you. This page is for you. I am here with you. We are the cycle breakers and the ones that are bringing new frequencies to the earth through our own being. So let's talk about how to consciously break out of this. Now, what I would say is I would get a piece of paper and write down all of the patterns that are holding you back. And I would get really descriptive, because the more descriptive you are, the better the practice will be. I want you to feel and transmit the emotions that these patterns evoke, invoke, whatever, evoke from you, and get super descriptive. What keeps repeating? And sit with it. Why is this repeating? Sit with yourself. Like create a ceremony around this. And if you're lazy, then don't do it. But this is not for lazy people. This is for you. My work is for you if you want change in your life, if you really want change in your life. So get descriptive about the patterns, write them out, blah, 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 blah. And I want you to say, I am done with these things. Declare to your soul. It's like a letter to your soul. I am now releasing these generational curses, karma, cords, agreements, vows, oaths to the following patterns and cycles that are holding me back from past lives and generational wounds now. And then you go boom, 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 boom. And I would repeat that. If you want to write that down, it would go back and repeat what I just said. And then I want you to have a ceremony about it and really feel that you're letting this go. And I want you to tap into the emotions that you wrote on this, or like that this makes you feel, and treat it as a death ceremony, right? You are dying. You are allowing these things to be gone. You are declaring that they are done. And then you burn it. And I have a cauldron. It was gifted to me by a witchy sister. I do not consider myself a witch. I don't resonate with that. But she gifted it to me and I love it. It's so helpful. But you can also use a ceramic bowl or a fireplace. Let it go. Let it go and then see what comes up. When I facilitate stuff like this with my clients, the things that happen are crazy. Some people will just like drop out of jobs, their relationships will crumble, like they'll move, like crazy shit like that sometimes. Because when you're declaring you're done with the pattern, you can be done with it. You just have to be willing to feel the emotions and close the energetic tie with that pattern. If you want to be done with the pattern, you have to face the pattern, heal the pattern, clear the pattern, feel the pattern, declare that you're done. That's your autonomy. That's your sovereignty. No one can make you be ready for that. But ultimately, doing this type of stuff, healing generational wounds, heals your inner child, it heals your lineage, and it heals your future self, who will be able to manifest more clearly in your future life for the things that you want. That's why I love the healing work. Because when I'm doing the healing work, I become a better version of me, and I become a better teacher, I become a better empath, I become a better leader for other people and sharing my gifts. So that's my recommendation. I also recommend downloading my free offer, and you can also sign up for a free consultation call if this resonated with you and you want to go deeper into this work. You want help being facilitated for this. I'll guide you in releasing your core wounds and clearing them, giving you tools to do it yourself, and also can really guide you through this process of healing and releasing some of this old stuff, generational traumas and things like that. So if you're curious, reach out and let me know if this resonated with you. Check out my other videos. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.